This is One on One.
We've come to a road where there are two paths, and now I must decide which path we are to take.
It's like that poem by Robert Frost. He has to make a decision on what road to take.
Smart and pretty. You should be in sales.
Right, before we start deciding on paths, can we decide on lunch? It's gonna take 45 minutes to get
No.
here. My stomach is rumbling.
No.
I don't feel like eating pizza again.
Maybe something spicy?
We should do the Olive Garden.
Already
lunch deal.
on it
Yeah.
in 3, 2, 1.
Delivery from Matt McGinney.
Yep. And these guys are good.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Matt.
Don't thank me. Thank the company card.
That is from a series called Brown Nation. The writer and director, Abi Varghese, is in the house. What were we looking at?
So this is a clip from one of the episodes of Brown Nation. It's when the main character, Hasmukh, he's got an IT company that's not doing very well. And he learns on this episode that the expenses are skyrocketing and his revenues are not. So, and he has a meeting to discuss this. And while this is happening, the employees get to order a big, lavish lunch.
On the company.
On the company.
So, and let me ask you this. And by the way, the series has been picked up by Netflix.
Correct.
How exciting is that?
It's great. It's wonderful.
When you were growing up in Englewood, New Jersey,
Yes.
was it your dream to write, direct, make it happen?
It was always a dream. But you know, being from like a South Asian family, I always stay away from the arts and did something that was a little bit more, I guess, average and normal, having like a 9-to-5 job.
Wasn't your passion?
It was never my passion, no. It was but I went to Rutgers. I got a business degree and went the 9-to-5 route for about like 3-4 years. But I was always creating YouTube videos on the side. And one of the videos that we'd done, it was like a web series that we'd done. It really became big in India, and we had about like 42 million hits. And
42 million?
yeah, we had 42 million hits on our page, and it kind of like took like a wildfire.
Is that what the impetus of this, came from?
Yeah, it is. So that was like geared towards more of an Indian crowd, where like, and then
What does that mean?
So it was like a regional language that was like not in English. So it was about a show that took place in Jersey. It was a show that took place in Jersey, but it actually was live in New York, in India.
So one of the things that struck me in reading about you is that you had talked about the fact that there are not a lot of television series, or you can't even call it television anymore, series that appear on and that appears on some platform about the Indian American community.
Yeah, I felt that at that time, and we were doing Brown Nation about 2 years ago when we were pitching it out, there wasn't. Now, I think there's been a couple of them, like the Aziz Ansari show. There's been Quantico. So things are happening, but when we started out, there wasn't much. And one of the reasons why we got into Brown Nation was because of that. Because no one was telling these stories. We had a lot of like Modern Family, The Office, but we felt that we needed to say something. And it wasn't to push diversity at all. It wasn't. It was actually just to say like a story that we liked, that we found funny, and no one was saying. So I feel there's a lot of people that are trying to push diversity, but I don't think that's the right way of doing it. It's not the way of doing it.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm not going to turn this into a social policy discussion, but what are some of the biggest misconceptions that most of us who did not come from your background have about those who do come from where you and your family comes from?
I feel like it's, I guess there's a lot of things.
What don't we
India.
understand?
I guess it's there's a lot of cultures within the country. And I think whenever I see like sitcoms about Indians, it just kind of gets grouped into one, where that's what we try to do a little bit different in Brown Nation. There's about like 26 different languages in India.
What?
Yeah, 26 different languages.
Really?
And one of our characters speak different languages in Indian. So we have someone who speaks Gujarati, have someone who speaks Malayalam. And these are like the intricate details that a lot of people miss. And we kind of like throw that, not to like teach anyone, but just so the authenticity is there.
And the young lady who we saw in here, the very talented and beautiful young lady. Who is
Melanie
she?
Chandra. So she is in Code Black. She's in a couple of other sitcoms right now.
When you recruited for the series, who and what were you looking for?
We were looking for some things that were very different than what we've seen before, like an outsourced or like a Kunal Nair from like Big Bang Theory. So we were trying to make it a little bit more authentic in terms of the casting and people who we haven't seen. So the main cast guy, like the Raj Verma, who came in, who's
Who's
the
it
lead.
right there? Which one?
He is on the other side. So he's the meeting, who's actually giving out the meeting.
Got it.
He is from New Zealand. He was born in New Zealand, came to New York and did theater. So I kind of found him on like an off-Broadway show, and we've realized, man, he was doing some serious stuff, but we felt that comedy was probably a better thing for him.
The New Jersey connection to all this, what is it?
We shot in New Jersey. We shot the entire series in New Jersey. We shot my previous web series in Jersey. And the story kind of takes place around New York and New Jersey.
New Jersey matters to you.
It definitely does.
Why?
Because I grew up here. It's something that's in me, and I always feel that it always gets a bad rap on films and everything. But I feel like it's very diverse. You know, you go to like Edison, you see a pocket of Indians. You go to Fort Lee, you see a lot of like Asians. So there's a lot of pockets that I think it's very interesting, and no one's really talking about these diversities within Jersey.
You are. Finally, what's next for you?
I want to do more series. I've just finished another series called Metro Park, and it actually deals
called
with
Metro Park?
It's called Metro Park, and it actually deals with the South Asian community in Metro Park.
Off of exit 130, or is it 131?
13.
No.
13 from
We're gonna-
11. Sorry, 11.
Listen, we're going to do. See, you're talking about the turnpike. Only Jersey people would do something like this. On the Parkway, help me on this. Search. I believe it's exit 130
It's either 130 or 131.
or 131.
Yeah.
The only people who would do this are Jersey people. But listen, thank you so much. And Abby, the series is called Brown Nation, Netflix.
Yes.
And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Stay right there.
Thank you.
Be right back. Right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been provided by TD Bank, PSE&G, RWJ Barnabas Health, Kessler Foundation, the law firm of Gibbons PC, Choose New Jersey, and by Verizon. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.